fucking fuck. Tommy reviews. Yeah, that's what's going on. Accurate. And one and two. Hello, Internet!
Hello.
The Internet's a scary place.
It is, yes, but we are scary people, aren't we, Dan?
Get access to all sorts of dodgy stuff, and you've met the dodgiest.
That is true.
Welcome to our YouTube channel. I'm Daniel Moore. That there is Tommy Larkin. That there, rather, because the camera's the other way around. That there's Tommy Larkins. And welcome to another one of his movie reviews.
It's another joking January, isn't it, Dan?
It is another joking January, but I will just say, for those of you who are new here, because we've got some newbies with us today. If you're new around here, very simple. I know nothing about movies, but I know everything there is to know about the tech here. Tommy over here
knows nothing about the tech here, but knows everything about movies.
And we make a great team. So all that Tommy does is he reviews films that everybody apart from me may have seen, and he lets us know what he's thinking. You can follow both of us over on Letterboxd, our Letterboxd names. Just below us. They're not in the description, they're above that. They're below our little frames here in the video clip. And then when we've sorted everything out with the YouTube legal police, we'll start splashing the films on these old green screens behind us here.
Yes, yeah, the magic will return.
Yeah, but for some reason they mute us.
Yeah.
Right? So we play films with no sound and they mute us.
What is the point?
That makes no sense. If this audio is on some sort of movie, I want to start seeing some of these.
We will win. We will win this battle, Dan. Don't worry.
Yeah, we don't have a lawyer. Remember that. So, Tommy, we are in January right now.
Yes.
Obviously, as everybody knows, January lasts forever.
And it's freezing.
Yeah, there is that, but that's not the month's fault. And that means we are in one of our categorized months, which is on this whiteboard behind me here. As you can see. Joking January. Did you see me go down the list?
Yes.
And I'm like,
Yep.
hang on, where are we? Oh, right, we're right at the top. Joking January films that are LOL. Tell us more.
Yeah, I guess. Well, I mean, now you've got all the kids' attention by using something that's 15 years old.
LOL is not a word.
LOL is not a word.
Really.
Yeah, ironically, after you say that you know nothing about films and everything and all that, I picked a film today that you've seen, Dan.
I know.
What's the irony of that, eh?
I know, but I've seen it on TV. It's one of those, like, Channel 5's run out of things to do today. Let's pop this on.
Yeah. It's a classic. So, for today, Dan, we're going to be talking about the 1989 film Uncle Buck. It's a comedy with John Candy in it, I'm sure you remember. Made by the same person who wrote the Home Alone films.
Yep. I didn't know that.
It's just a great film. So, yeah, kicking off. So, God damn it, I love this film. That's how I start this review, by the way.
It's a great way to start it.
When director-writer John Hughes and actor John Candy collaborate on a project, you know full well it is worth a watch. Not my favourite project that they've worked on together. That title still goes to Planes, Trains and Automobiles, which we have spoken about before on here, Dan.
Right.
But this film is still a bucking gem.
Oh, no.
Don't worry, it's just the one buck joke that you'll be getting in this review.
I hope so.
So, just a reminder of the synopsis, if you've forgotten it. Bob and Cindy Russell have recently moved from Indianapolis to Chicago with their 3 children, 15-year-old Tia, 10-year-old Miles, and 6-year-old Maisie. Tia hates her parents for the move, but things go from bad to worse when Cindy's dad has a heart attack in Indianapolis, and the parents have to go back, but are stuck with someone to look after the children. With no one else available to watch the kids, Bob suggests his brother, Buck, come over to watch them. Buck is a good-natured but unemployed slacker who makes his living by betting in dingy betting shops. So the question remains, is he responsible enough for this task? We'll find out as we watch the film. John Candy is brilliant in this film as the titular uncle, and I realised on a recent viewing that I find myself smiling whenever he appears on screen, even before he speaks, because he's just a lovable guy. You know? He's just got one of those faces. He's just awesome.
Love that.
He portrays a cool and hip uncle with a generous and warming smile that just makes you adore him through and through. Standout funny scenes have to be when Buck is scaring Tia's boyfriend into convincing him that he is some kind of crazy axe-wielding maniac, as well as the ending scene where Buck has completed his heartwarming responsibility, but he caps it off in typical clumsy fashion. The kid actors all do a great job too and keep up well with John Candy's heartwarming and funny performance. Speaking of which, this film is as heartwarming as it is funny, as the story is all about growing up to an extent. Uncle Buck has to grow up from being a lonely layabout to a responsible uncle who does the right thing. This parallels with Tia's arc, as she has to grow up from being a confused hormonal teenager into a grown-up who doesn't let anyone take advantage of her. Plus the music is great, as always in John Hughes movies. It's always the case. So to close, Dan, some of the best comedies out there are the ones that balance perfectly between comedy and drama, and this film is definitely one of them. Buck Russell is one of the most charming and lovable characters put on film, and it is all down to John Candy's brilliant performance. Not to undermine the great supporting cast consisting of Jean Louisa Kelly, Macaulay Culkin, of course from Home Alone,
Of course.
he's one of the kids, Gabby Hoffman, Laurie Metcalf, who actually voices Andy's mum in Toy Story.
Really?
Yep, and Amy Madigan. Just closing off with a line here: everybody should have an uncle like Uncle Buck. And on that note, Dan, I'm giving this film 4 out of 5.
Healthy
4
score?
stars out of 5. You know, it's got to be done. It's a classic. It's just a lovable performance from John Candy. You totally are rooting for this guy. Great movie all round.
We love the sound of that, Tommy. Well, thank you very much for that. Now, of course, you're on Letterboxd. There's a mic there.
Yeah, I'm not getting used to these glasses yet, you know.
Yeah, you're on Letterboxd anyway. Yeah, and people can find you at Larkins95 on there.
Yep.
Of course, they can find me too. I'm at Dan Moore Radio. Thank you very
You need
much.
to do more stuff, by the way, on
I do.
Letterboxd. You got to be writing some reviews or doing some more ratings, man.
I've done.
You have done more.
I haven't reviewed anything, but I've made a top 25 Pixar films.
Yes, yeah, you have. Yeah, that was done last week.
Now, you and I do need to sit down and talk about these Pixar films.
We do.
I may as well do it now. We haven't seen them all.
No time like the present, eh?
We've got to finish. We've got to make sure we've seen them all at least once.
Yeah.
Does that sound like a fair deal?
It's just the concept of cars really does bore me. I
Okay.
really find cars boring. I'm sorry. I hate Top Gear. I hate Transformers. I hate the Fast and Furious films. I just hate cars, man.
It's not about that.
It's-
I would say you would enjoy Cars 1. You'd probably go as high to say 3.5 to 4 stars on that.
really?
I think you would rate it that. However, Cars 2 and 3, I don't think you'll enjoy that much. But there are other Pixar films.
I did notice that you put Toy Story 3 and Up very low on your list. And Up is an emotional roller coaster.
That's why I don't enjoy it.
Oh, is that why you don't enjoy it?
Yeah, and it's the same with Toy Story 3. The whole emotion. I wasn't ready
But that's what
for
gets
that
me.
emotional trauma.
That's what puts them so high for me. It is the
But
emotional.
you like a good emotional story.
Yeah.
You're getting that out of Cars. It doesn't sound like the sort of film you. It doesn't seem like it's gonna work, does it?
Yeah.
That, my friend, is Pixar.
Does he fail his MOT? Is it very emotional?
Does he fail his MOT? It's not really about cars.
Really?
Yeah.
Because the title is misleading.
Everyone in it is a car.
It reminds me of
But it's not about cars.
It reminds me of a meme that I saw where where someone said, well, what was it that someone said? Someone wrote on the internet saying, "Boy, I wish cars could talk," and then someone wrote underneath, "Man, have I got the movie for you?"
Yes, exactly. So, but you will see that. I mean, producer man Steve hasn't seen Ratatouille. He's in for a treat.
Yeah, he is in for a treat with that because Ratatouille is awesome, and it was made by the same person who did The Incredibles, Incredibles 2, and The Iron Giant.
But remember, you've got to know so Ratatouille, yes, everyone in it is a rat, with the exception of a couple of characters, but the story was not all about rats and
It's
rat things. It was about
cooking.
the cooking and
It was about being a chef.
exactly.
Yeah.
Take that mindset into Cars. Yes, they might.
Can you
be
give me a
cars.
spoiler-free synopsis of Cars? What is the plot without telling me the plot? Steve, what's his name? Lightning McQueen, is it?
Okay, it's basically about a castaway celebrity that's got to find his feet again.
Right.
But I'm going to say
Or wheels.
find his wheels. Yeah. And there are a couple of twists that I'm not going to mention those twists are in the heart of what I've just told you
Okay.
that are going to make it so unexpected when you watch it. If I tell you, I'll spoil it. So, I think you're going to enjoy it.
Okay. Well, we'll see, eh? We'll see.
I'm going to set you the challenge. Okay? Could you please have that film watched before we get into Animated April?
Well, that's the thing, you see. Maybe I'll watch it approaching that because, of course, it came out in 2006, so it falls into the noughties. So, yeah, definitely.
I promise you'll enjoy it.
Okay, we'll see.
We went to the cinema as a family for that one.
Well, you did lend me Scooby-Doo Cyber Chase, and it wasn't my favourite Scooby-Doo movie, put it that way.
It wasn't, but it wasn't bad.
Well, I think
If there's nothing else on TV and that was on, you'd watch it, wouldn't you?
the Four Horsemen of Scooby-Doo animated movies, we know what they are. We got Zombie Island, we got Cyber Chase,
Yep.
Alien Invasion. Is that what it is?
Alien Invaders.
Alien Invaders, sorry. And The Witch's Ghost.
Yep.
It's those four.
You got a few more as well. So you got the Ghoul School.
Of course, yeah. Well, if we're going older, yeah, because I think
Reluctant Werewolf
yep,
as well.
Yeah.
Someone pointed out on Facebook today, I saw it, they said, oh guys, if you want all the Scooby films and all the Scooby series, they're on the Boomerang app.
There's an app?
There's an app. However, streaming rights, Warner Brothers, United Kingdom, yeah, you can have the Boomerang app in this country, but it's just games.
Well, that's stupid.
As due to rights with Sky and Virgin, we'll take it out with them, alright?
Yeah.
Anyway, that's it for this week. We are back next week, right here on YouTube.
Is that our last joke in January next week?
Ooh. Where are we now? 17?
Or we got
Second from last.
two more.
Second from last.
Cool.
So make sure you give Tommy a hard time over on Letterboxd at Larkins95. And of course, you can like, abuse, subscribe, all that to the YouTube channel here. However you do that, it's either here, or it might be here, or here, or here, depending on how, some people use picture-in-picture now. The YouTube videos like in the corner of the screen. You never know.
Yeah,
you never know. You never know. And you might even be on your TV where you don't have a comments box.
Yes. Yeah.
People point to the bottom, and I'm like, oh yeah, that's where the floor that is. Anyway, right. Have yourselves a great one, guys, and thank you at home for watching.
Take care, everybody.